The first attack on Earth lasted 9 minutes. 9 minutes from the moment the outer defense satellites went dark to the moment the alien fleet broke hemisphere and vanished back into the void. 9 minutes that rewrote human history. They did not stay to conquer. They did not stay to speak. They did not even stay to observe the damage. They came like a surgical strike, precise and terrifyingly confident. Cities did not burn, oceans did not boil, humanity did not face extinction. Instead, something far worse happened. They demonstrated control. Every power grid on Earth failed at once. Every satellite in orbit went blind. Every aircraft in the sky lost navigation. Every nuclear submarine received false launch commands. Hospitals lost life support for exactly 43 seconds. Stock exchanges displayed alien symbols across their screens. Missile silos unlocked themselves and then calmly relocked. No one died. That was the message. We can touch every system you have. We can reach into your world and turn it off. Then they left. Panic didn't come first. Silence did. Because governments knew something the public didn't. They had seen the ships. And they were impossibly advanced. The vessels that entered Earth's orbit were not metallic. They were not mechanical. They moved like living shadows, bending starlight around them, folding space rather than crossing it. Telescopes couldn't focus on them. Radar passed through them. Even visual observation felt wrong, like trying to look at something that did not exist in normal reality. And yet, they were there. Humanity's most advanced weapons systems had tried to lock onto them. Every targeting computer crashed. Every missile guidance system reset. Every railgun refused to fire. The aliens had not attacked Earth's people. They had attacked Earth's confidence. Within hours, emergency summits were called. Military leaders spoke in quiet voices. Scientists used words they never wanted to use in official meetings. Technological gap, unbridgeable. Centuries ahead. Then a second realization came. They had not destroyed us because they didn't need to. They had shown they could. That was enough. The world expected a second attack within days. It didn't come. Weeks passed, then months. But something else began happening. Signals. At first they were faint, then deliberate. Encoded pulses began arriving from deep space, aimed directly at Earth. They were not language. They were not threats. They were instructions. Not in words, but in mathematics. Prime sequences, quantum state diagrams, energy equations no human had ever seen. Blueprints for something that didn't look like a weapon, didn't look like a ship, didn't look like anything humanity understood. The message repeated over and over from different star systems, as if multiple civilizations were broadcasting the same warning. Human scientists finally decoded the pattern. It was a map of space. And on it, one region was marked with repeating energy signatures. The origin point of the fleet that attacked Earth. But what shocked everyone was the annotations hidden in the map. Not a greeting. Not a claim. A warning. Do not provoke. That was when the fear changed shape. The first aliens warned the problem. Something else was. Something those civilizations feared enough to break silence across the galaxy. Something that had already noticed Earth. That was when humanity made its decision. They would not wait. They would not back. They would not hide. They would prepare. Because if the galaxy was afraid of whoever controlled that region of space, then Earth needed to become something even they would fear. The project was named Aegis. Publicly, it didn't exist. Privately, it consumed the combined resources of every major nation. Rivalries dissolved overnight. Classified research was unsealed. Black projects from decades ago were resurrected. The smartest minds on Earth were gathered into underground cities. And they began studying the alien mathematics. The equations weren't for weapons. They were for control. Gravitational manipulation, energy containment Median fusion, space-time compression fields. Not tools for destruction. Tools for dominance. It took 3 years before the first breakthrough. A lad in Antarctica managed to replicate a small fragment of the alien field equations. For 3 seconds, a steel sphere weighing 110 floated without support, without magnetics, without propulsion. It wasn't floating. Gravity itself had been edited. The implications were staggering. Ships could move without engines. Projectiles could ignore inertia. Energy could be stored without loss. And most importantly, defenses could be made that no weapon could penetrate. Aegis accelerated. 5 years after the first attack, humanity launched its first gravity-fueled vessel into orbit. It did not use rockets. It folded space around itself and simply rose. By year 8, Earth's orbital space was filled with platforms invisible to telescopes, shielded by the same bending fields the alien ships had used. By year 10, Earth was no longer defenseless. It was unrecognizable. Then the aliens came back. This time, they did not perform a demonstration. They came to erase. 50 ships emerged from nothingness above the Pacific. Global alarms sounded before visual confirmation. But something else happened. For the first time in history, Earth did not panic, because the Aegis network activated automatically. The sky over the Pacific shimmered like heat over asphalt. And the alien ship stopped. Not slowed. Stopped. Frouncing mid-movement, suspended in distorted space like insects in amber. Across the globe, scientists watched in awe. It worked. The alien vessels tried to fire. Their weapons curved backward, swallowed by the gravitational distortions surrounding them. They tried to retreat. Space itself refused to let them leave. Then Earth did something no one expected. It transmitted a message. In the same mathematical language the galaxy had used to warn humanity. The message was short. Clear you vessels from our orbit. This is your only Washington RNING. For 3 minutes, nothing happened. Then the alien ships began vibrating violently, as if space itself rejected their existence. One by one, they vanished knit by their own drive, but because Earth released them. They fled. They did not fire again. They did not return. But something else did. The signals from across the galaxy intensified. This time, the math carried emotion, or relief, and fear. Because Earth had just done something no civilization had ever done. It had resisted them. Years passed. Humanity expanded quietly, not outward into colonies, but upward into defense. Earth became the most heavily fortified world in known space, without ever leaving its solar system. And then, 12 years after the first attack, a transmission arrived. Not from the galaxy. From them. For the first time, the alien civilization spoke in structured language. We did not expect resistance. The voice was calm, not hostile, not friendly. We observed, we demonstrated, you adapted beyond predicted parameters. A pause. You are now classified as a destabilizing species. The world held its breath. Then the message continued. One more attack from your world, and we will respond with absolute destruction. They were threatening Earth. But they were also afraid. Because Earth had not attacked them. Earth had only defended itself. And yet, they saw humanity as a threat. The Global Council met within minutes. Military leaders, scientists, and diplomats gathered in a single decision chamber. They all understood the same truth. This was no longer about survival. This was about position. The aliens thought Earth might attack. Which meant, they believed Earth could. So Earth replied. The response was not sent from a nation. It was sent from the planet. We have not attacked you. A pause. We will not attack you. Another pause. But understand this clearly. A final line. If you strike Earth again, we will not defend. We will end you. That message traveled across space. And for the first time, there was silence from the alien side. Because Earth had just issued a final warning. Not a plea. Not a threat. A promise.